There is a moment that repeats itself almost every day, so small and routine that it never feels important, where you spend 100 rupees without hesitation, maybe on food, convenience, or something that simply makes the day feel easier. And in isolation, it feels harmless, almost insignificant, because the number is too small to trigger any real concern. The problem begins when the brain evaluates money in fragments instead of systems, because psychologically, 100 rupees does not register as a meaningful loss, especially when compared to a monthly salary or larger expenses. So the decision passes through without resistance, quietly becoming a habit rather than a choice. But money does not operate in isolated moments. It operates in accumulation over time. And when you extend 100 rupees across a full year, it becomes 36,500 rupees, which still might seem manageable until you stretch the timeline further into 5 or 10 years, where the number begins to transform into something structurally significant. What makes this more complex is not just the total, but the opportunity cost attached to it. Because that same 100 rupees, if redirected consistently, has the potential to participate in compounding systems, where time begins to amplify its value rather than erase it. And this is where the invisible shift happens between spending and wealth creation. On a systemic level, modern consumption environments are designed to keep transactions small and frequent because smaller numbers reduce psychological friction, making it easier to repeat the behavior daily without ever confronting the long-term impact. Over time, this creates an identity loop, where a person begins to see themselves as someone who manages money in short-term comfort cycles rather than long-term structural growth. And this identity quietly determines future financial outcomes more than any single decision ever could. The shift, then, is not about eliminating 100 rupee expenses entirely, but about recognizing that small daily decisions are not small in a system governed by time, because what feels invisible in the moment is often what defines the trajectory over decades.